To your mats today. My name is Katie, if I haven't gotten a chance to meet you yet, and I'm going to be your guide through a little bit of Vinyasa restorative flow. So just going to blab at you for just a minute here before we get started, let everybody have a chance to settle in. So yeah, I'm really excited to be back. I don't know who all is going to be tuning in. I have been teaching live yoga on my own personal Facebook feed for the past month or so, and I've been really enjoying it, but took a break these past couple of weeks. I think during this time it's really important to recognize when you need a little bit of a break and remembering that you can't pour from an empty cup. So I'm feeling refreshed, ready to get back to it, and really grateful to be back in the Ascent community. So with that in mind, we are going to be working into the hips today, working with a 50-50 Vinyasa restorative combo class. So basically we're going to be dynamic and moving for the first portion of class, and then we'll slow it down, being really passive, really relaxing for the last half of class. And yeah, we're going to get into it. The hip region, I've heard it spoken to by another yoga teacher as being called your emotional junk drawer. So I really liked that. Resonate with that a lot. You know, day in and day out we face different emotions and different stressors that, you know, maybe not all the time we know what to do with those emotions. We necessarily want to deal with those emotions at that time. And, you know, what do you do with that? You throw it in the junk drawer, right? So today this is a really emotionally charged space, so recognize if you need any breaks at any point, that is there for you physically or mentally. Take whatever you need. And yeah, we'll get going today. For class, I don't know if any of you guys have seen my post that I had made earlier. We're going to need two pillows, 1 to 2 blankets, a block. If you don't have a block, definitely grab for a water bottle, a big old bottle of soap, anything that's going to have a sturdy base for you, and then a strap. So if you don't have a yoga strap available, grab a towel, a belt, a scarf. The options are endless on your props today. And I didn't mention this, but you will need access to either a wall or a sturdy chair for the end of class, or if you need a little help with balancing at all, if you're a little newer to yoga, keep that in mind. Maybe pull up a chair or park yourself somewhere next to a wall. And with that in mind, my friends, we are going to start today in child's pose. So from here, bring big toes to kiss, knees walk to the outside edges of your space. Hands crawl forward. The forehead comes to rest on the mat below. Simply allow for these first few moments, these first few breaths of class to just settle in, to show up to your mat. And as your external eyes fall shut, allow your internal eyes to open and to start to scan your space in this present moment right here, right now. If it feels good, maybe take in some big inhales, some big open mouth sighs. You're at your own home, so let it fly. Some big breath just to start. Start to notice any places in your body that are feeling tight, holding on to tension or stress. Start to send this big breath to those spaces within your body, filling up, expanding and nourishing, and letting go with each exhale breath that you take. A little bit more each time. If it feels natural to you, maybe you rock your forehead right and left, settling in even further, creating that conscious awareness of your groundedness and the points of your body that are in contact with the earth right now. Two more rounds of breath. Next, inhale, rise to a tabletop position. Find your shoulders to stack over your wrists, your hips to stack over your knees. Inhale, cow pose. Drop your belly, gaze goes up to the sky. And exhale to cat, round chin to chest. Tuck your tail under and push the mat away. Inhale, cow pose. And exhale, cat. Separate your shoulders. Now continue to move here, your own breath, your own movement through cat-cow, or you can start to veer off and explore any other movements from this posture that call to you. Hip rolls, some gentle twisting in your spine. This doesn't even have to look like what we call yoga. Just find movements that suit your body today. Two more rounds of breath to create your symmetry, to even out, find your balance. And settle back in to your tabletop position. Now from your tabletop position, tuck your toes, hands crawl one handprint forward on your mat. As you exhale, come into downward facing dog. Hips pull up and back. And settle in. Press firm into all 10 of your finger pads. A little softness into your elbows. Now feel your shoulders broaden out. Your heels sink towards the mat. If it feels good, find movement, pedal out, or remain in your stillness. Wherever you choose to be, let go of your head and neck. Soften out the tension in that space. Find your stillness on your mat once more. Next, inhale, look between your hands. As you exhale, baby step to the top of your mat for Ragdoll Uttanasana variation. Feet are a little bit wide, about hips width distance, maybe even wider. A little bend, maybe a big bend in your knees. Grab for elbows, biceps, and just simply hang heavy. See if you can encourage some length to your low spine. So if that means that your knees are a little bit more bent than you're used to, that's okay. Next, exhale, release, fingers down towards the mat space. Now take a moment to check in on your feet. Feet can stay where they are, about hips width distance apart for more stability and balance in your stance. Or you can toe heel, big toes to touch with the space between your heels for more traditional stance in your feet. Inhale, halfway lift, firm press to the earth, your shins, your thighs. Shoulder blades squeeze together and draw down your back. Good, belly pulls tight to your spine. Another breath in. And exhale, forward fold. Let go of your upper half. Head and neck relax. Now legs and spine engaged. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Rise to stand, extended mountain pose. Biceps come up to frame your ears. And as you exhale, hands to heart center, Samastitihi. Close your eyes for just a moment. So take this as an opportunity to feel your right hand press into your left. Your left hand press into your right. Feel your wholeness, your strength today. And my friends, this is your time, your space to set an intention for class. Anything you'd like to focus your mind and your thoughts, your intention and energy towards. It can be a theme, a mantra, a phrase. Take a moment here. Set that intention in your mind. And although we are not together, we can set and seal this intention from afar with our breath. So take a big inhale. And seal it with a sigh. Let go. Beautiful. Next, inhale. Blink, open your eyes. Tadasana, hands by your sides. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, biceps frame your ears. Now this pose is active, so feel your kneecaps lift. Your quadriceps are working. Front line of your pelvis works to be vertically, so pull the points of your hips up towards your floating ribs. Shoulders relax down your back. Take a breath in. Exhale, baby back bend. Cactus, open your arms. Lift up and out of your sternum. Weight into your heels. Awesome work. Inhale through center, extended mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold, long spine, melt slowly, let go. Inhale, halfway lift, firm press, long neck. A little different this time. Exhale, yogi ball, hands to the mat, squat and curl. Use your biceps to hug your knees towards one another. Chin rounds in towards chest, and front of your ankles press forward. Here, stretching out, one more breath in and out. Inhale, rise, Urdhva Hastasana. Moving breath to movement. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, squat and curl, yogi ball. Breath in. Breath out. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, extended mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, squat and curl. One breath in, one breath out. Inhale, halfway lift this time, rise. As you exhale, begin to find your hands to clasp behind you, making one fist. Now, if this isn't accessible, definitely take a reach back, grab for your strap. As you punch back, inhale, open your chest. As you exhale, forward fold with the option for a chest expansion. Just a quick moment here, a little bit of love for the shoulders. Now again, I need this reminder right now, geez Louise, relax your head and neck if you're not already there. One more breath. And your next exhale starts to unwind. Strap will be placed off at an accessible point. We'll use it in just a second here, possibly. Another breath in brings you to halfway lift. Exhale, high plank position. Step back and hold. Just a moment here. As you inhale, hinge forward, stack your joints. As you exhale, slowly lower all the way to your belly. Again, you can drop to your knees if you need. Now from here, reach back towards your feet. As you inhale, press toenails down to the mat, lift your upper body, half locust pose. Now you can stay right here, lifting up just your upper body, or if you need a little bit more, add in that lift of your toes next on your next inhale breath. Now wherever you're at, imagine like there's tug of war happening between top of head and your feet, so you're lifting away from your pelvis at both ends. Squeeze inner thighs towards the center of your body, like there's a block there you're squeezing really tight. Another breath in lifts you up a little bit higher if you can. And exhale, release forehead to the back of your stacked hands and rest for just a moment. Now yogis, this is where you may or may not want to grab for that strap. If you do want to use the strap, grab for it. Take a moment and start to kick your right foot towards your glute. Now, if you can reach back and grab for your foot or your ankle without having to lift up the right knee, and being able to leave both points of your pelvis down, stay here. If not, again, utilize that strap. Wrap it around your foot and find the same posture. Again, forehead can come to the back of your left hand. And a few moments to rest. Finding a deep stretch for the quadriceps muscle group. Next exhale, let go of your right foot. If you need to take a moment and wiggle your knees out, do so. Your next inhale, you'll find quadricep stretch on the left side. So again, reach back, assess this side. Maybe it's a little different, maybe it's similar to the side before. If you need your strap, utilize it here. And keep hip points glued into the mat space beneath you. Right hand can be a support to your forehead. A few more breaths here. Gentle release lets your left foot down. Again, if you need, windshield wiper, straighten and bending your legs. Now from here, adjust your hands in your feet. Hands about shoulder width or shoulder height. Next, inhale, press up, high plank position. You can find a supported bridge pose or press straight up, breath here. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful, friends, we are flowing next. Next, inhale, right heel high to the sky. As you exhale, step between your hands, low lunge. Take a moment here to move. What do you need? You can always drop to your left knee. A little bit more of a supported variation. Just a moment to open. Start to release any stagnation, any tightness you're holding on to in this area to start. 2 more rounds of breath. And settle back into a low lunge. So lift your left knee back off of the floor. Again, if you do need a block, you can utilize that at any point here. Squeeze your inner thighs. Next, inhale, rise, crescent pose, Anjaneyasana. Biceps come to frame your ears as you rise to stand. Okay, now take a notice. I really like to bring my hands to my hips here and feel your pelvis work to square forward. So right hip crease draws back, left hip crease forward. Feel a stack of your front knee over your front ankle, your back heel up over the ball mound of your back foot. Shoulders relax here. 1 more, big breath in. Exhale, cactus your arms. Feel open through your sternum and chest, take a breath. As you exhale, work your elbows towards the center, maybe cat pose through your upper back. Inhale, open, maybe think cow pose here. Squeeze your inner thighs. Exhale, round in, elbows to shoulder height. Inhale, open. Exhale, squeeze. Maybe elbows touch, maybe they don't. Inhale, open back up. Exhale, settle in, crescent pose. Take a deep breath in. Open up, arms to T, feet to parallel. Take a breath in, get big. As you exhale, Prasarita Pada Tadasana, wide-legged forward fold. So this is a little time for exploration, for experimentation. What do you need out of this pose? You can experiment with feet close together, wider apart. Feeling the difference in sensation, movement or stillness. My friends, remember to breathe during this practice. Ujjayi breath is in your flow. We'll find that as we move breath to movement later on in our flows, but see if you can't start to encourage that breath here, building heat, building focus, like you're trying to fog up a piece of glass underneath your nose, squeezing your whisper muscles as you breathe in and out. Breath to movement. As we flow, next inhale, hands start to come back towards the mat. From here, halfway lift. As you exhale, Skandasana towards the back of your mat, maybe just a baby variation. If full Skandasana is in your practice, and if at any point you feel warm enough to do so, you can go into that pose, but I'm just gonna do the baby variation and cue that one today. So baby Skandasana, feet are parallel. Feel your left knee and toes tracking in the same direction. Inhale through center. Exhale, baby Skandasana to the front of your mat. Again, the same thing, feet stay parallel. Nice big stretch, the inner groin, adductor muscles. Next, inhale, halfway lift in the center. Now listen close. As you exhale, low lunge to the back of your mat space. So creep and crawl, you're facing the opposite direction now. Left knee is bent. Inhale, Warrior two, spin your back foot flat, spin open to stand. Now, a few moments to refine here. Feel the side blade edges of your feet really dig into your mat. Shoulders squeeze together behind you. Beautiful. Next exhale, extended side angle, full reach towards the back, and rotate to the earth and the sky with your arms. Now friends, an important movement today in class I really want you to notice is this press into the back of your left hand into your inner left knee. So that press, I want you to accentuate it today, exaggerate it just a little bit. So maybe you're pressing so much into the back of your hand that your leg starts to shake. Use that leverage to roll top hip and shoulder back, like you're up against a wall. Inhale, reverse warrior. Left hand paints the sky. Front knee works to stay bent, working towards 90 degrees. Notice my chest and shoulder line is square to the long side of my mat. Rather than making it a back bend, it's a side stretch. Inhale, arms to T, feet parallel. Get big, take up your space for star pose, breath in. Exhale, horse, settle in, hands at heart center. Take a moment, settle in here. You can stay and hold and work and build some strength, some heat, or hands can start to work to inner knees. Take a few rounds of twisting on your own. Pressing into the knees, starting to encourage even more opening to the inner thighs. Next round of breath or two, start to settle back into your horse pose. Inhale, 5-pointed star, take up your space. And exhale, low lunge. Hands frame your front foot back to the top of your mat this time, so right knee is bent now. Inhale, high plank position. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana, high to low plank. Now, if you know where you're going with this, feel free. Otherwise, I'm showing a simple variation, the 4 series of postures that make up Chaturanga on the screen for you to try. Connecting breath to movement, down dog to up dog to down dog, excuse me. Take a breath. We'll flow next side. Inhale, left heel high. Exhale, low lunge. Moment again to move, to explore, to give a little love to this side, this hip. Each practice, each time we come to our mats, our bodies feel a little bit different. So this side needs something new, something different than the side before. Do what's going to help you strive towards symmetry and balance. And start to settle back towards your low lunge. So right knee this time is going to lift up off of the mat. Squeeze your inner thighs. Inhale, crescent pose, Anjaneyasana. Rise to stand. Now I'm going to switch sides so you guys can see me a little bit better here. This time left knee is forward. Now notice right hip pulling forward to help you square. Again, hands can come to hips and help you feel that if you need. Back knee can stay soft a little bit, maybe a lot. Squeeze your inner thighs. Take a breath in. Exhale, cactus your arms. Take a breath. Exhale, elbow squeeze towards the center, round through your spine. Think cat pose. Inhale, open your arms. Maybe gaze even goes a little bit up. Exhale, round in. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale, start to settle back to crescent pose. Inhale, rise, open, star pose. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold, prasarita. So feet come parallel or maybe slightly pigeon. A little bit of time here to move on this side. Come back to your intention. What brought you here today? Two more rounds of breath. Settle back in. Hands start to come towards the earth. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale, Tadasana towards the back of your mat space. Speeding this part up. Next, inhale through center, halfway lift. And exhale, Tadasana, opposite side of your mat. Inhale through center, halfway lift. As you exhale, low lunge, back of your mat this time. So right knee is bending. Spin your back foot flat. Inhale, warrior two. Spin open, settle in. Notice right knee stacking right on top of your ankle. Feel your arches lift up. Feel the action of co-contraction in your inner thighs. So imagine like you're squeezing your mat together with your feet. What would that feel like? And then pulling your mat apart. What does that feel like? Now try to put those two actions together at the same time. Take a breath. Exhale, extended side angle, keeping that strength through your inner thighs. Rotate your arms. Again, this time back of right hand into the inner part of your right knee. Press, really find that press. So maybe you're shaking, should be a good amount of work here. Long spine, fluid breath. Inhale, reverse warrior. Right hand paints the sky. Again, notice your chest. Stay square to the long edge of your mat. Little to no weight in this back hand if it's resting. Exhale, arms to T, feet to parallel. Inhale, star pose. Toes out, heels in. Exhale to horse. We're here for just a moment. Finding some stillness. 3 big rounds of breath. Maybe eyes soften, one more breath. Your next inhale, rise, star pose. Exhale, low lunge, top of your mat space this time, bending to the left knee. Inhale, high plank position. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana, high to low plank. Taking a simple variation, or finding your own flow, we'll press back to downward dog. Beautiful work, my friends. Now this time through, we're going to be adding in just a little bit and flowing a little bit quicker breath to movement. Working towards our peak posture next. Inhale, right heel lifts. Exhale, step between your hands, low lunge. Now right away, squeeze inner thighs, Anjaneyasana, crescent pose. Now a little bit different here. As you exhale, Ekapada, left knee lifts. Single-legged mountain pose. Fists of fire if it feels good. Hands in. Now feel the inseam of your right leg growing long. Ground down through the 4 corners of your right foot. Good, my friends. Now hands can be down to your sides or lifted, your variation. Or, again, grab a chair, grab a wall. Next, exhale. Left knee starts to open. Notice your left toes pull up towards your shin as you find this action. And feel that your kneecap on the right, as well as your hip point on the right, stay facing forward. Next, exhale, bring knee back to center, Ekapada. Now a little bit different. Find your left hand to the outside of your left knee, right hand to hip. Now from here, start to press out into your hand. Just like we found an extended side angle, only we're working the opposite side of the leg this time. Pressing so much, maybe you're shaking. I know I am. You've got this. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, Ekapada. Exhale, crescent pose, step back. Slow if you need to tap your toes down at any point, do so. And land, crescent pose. Breath in. Breath out. Inhale, star. Exhale, Prasarita Pada Tadasana. Feet parallel. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, left knee bends, Baby Skandasana. Inhale, center. Exhale, Baby Skandasana, opposite side. Inhale, center, halfway lift. Exhale, low lunge. Creep and crawl to the back of your mat space. Spin back foot flat. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle. Press firm hand into leg. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, arms to T. Inhale, star pose, heels and toes out. Exhale, settle to your horse. One big breath in, one big breath out. Inhale, star. Exhale, this time maybe you creep and crawl your back foot in just a scoot. And exhale, shooting star to the front of your mat. So if you need to take a moment, adjust. Feel energy out in all directions, even into the floor. Now take one more breath in. As you exhale, Garudasana, eagle pose on the left. Left leg comes up and over and wraps. Arm can come into the full bind or just a big bear hug. Now with your feet, you can kickstand off to the right. You can lift up. And notice that my toes stay squeezing towards my calf if they are lifted up, or wrap all the way. Wherever you're at, squeeze your inner thighs. Hips stay level. Really squeezing tight here, stimulating the lymphatic system, helping and aiding with detoxification process. Good. Squeeze another breath in. Hold and squeeze as you exhale. Inhale, unwind, shooting star. As you exhale your own journey back, 5-pointed star. Lots of stars here. Breath in. Exhale, low lunge to the top of your mat. Inhale, high plank position. Exhale, option for chaturanga, option to skip, hold a high plank, or just simply meet in down dog. Press back. Got one more side to find. Next inhale, left heel high. Exhale, low lunge. Right away, inhale, squeeze inner thighs, crescent pose, Anjaneyasana. Again, weight into your left foot. Exhale, Ekapada Tadasana. Right knee lifts up. You can drag your right toes for more balance. Grab for your chair, your wall if you need it. Now grow long through your left leg. Avoid sinking into this hip socket. Now feel a dorsiflexion action through your right toe. So pull them up towards your shin. Another breath. As you exhale, start to open knee towards the right side. Again, do the best that you can to stay square with your chest towards the front. Don't let that left hip follow as you open. Inhale through center. Now finding that drill once again, hands to hips, right hand to the outside edge of right knee. Now start to press, feeling that opposite action from what we were finding in extended side angle. Might be hard, might be uncomfortable, but know you've got this for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, Ekapada. Exhale, step back, crescent pose, Anjaneyasana. Take your time, your challenge level there. Breath in, breath out. Inhale, star pose. Exhale, Prasarita, wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, Baby Skandasana, back of your mat. Inhale, center. Exhale, Baby Skandasana, opposite. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, low lunge, back of your mat. Spin back foot flat. Inhale, warrior two. Right knee is bent. Exhale, extended side angle. Firm press. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Inhale, arms to T, feet to parallel, get big. Exhale, settle to horse. Inhale, get big, 5-pointed star. This time, exhale, launch, shooting star, opposite side of your mat here. So left foot is grounded, open up, energy out into all directions. Exhale, eagle pose, Garudasana. Right leg over, right arm under. So again, my friends, notice here, if you need to kickstand, find a different placement with your feet, your arms. Try to find symmetry, but work with what you got today. Squeeze everything towards the center. Keep your spinal column stacked. Keep squeezing inner thighs with level hips. Squeeze everything towards the center, even your lifted toes. One more breath in. Stay and squeeze as you exhale. Inhale, unwind, shooting star. And exhale, settle back, 5-pointed star. Take a breath. Exhale, low lunge back to the top of your mat. Left knee bends, inhale, high plank position. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana, your option for your final flow. Once you arrive back in downward facing dog, take a deep breath in and open mouth, sigh out. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, baby step to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, squat and curl, yogi ball. Find your way to your seat. Now, my friends, we have made it to the portion of class for a little restorative work. So we'll be cooling it down from here. From here, start to settle down to your back. Just a moment to let the heart rate cool first. We'll find figure 4. Right ankle cross on top of left knee. If you need to thread through, grab for your strap if you can't quite reach, if you need a little extra. Maybe soften your gaze, let your breath and heart rate fall back into its natural rhythm and flow. That's the wonderful part about being at home. You can let out really big sighs and breaths. So encourage that here. Next, exhale, switch out your feet, left foot on top, figure 4 on the opposite side. Exhale, switch out your feet, hug your knees to your chest. We'll move into our first restorative pose of class. We are working into half frog. So, what this is going to look like is we'll start with either leg, whatever one you're comfortable with, out to the side. We'll start to settle in. Now, this is an unsupported variation of this pose. Not everyone is going to be able to let their hips rest flat on the ground. So if that's the case, start to use your props. I really encourage them, especially in these restorative classes. You want to be passive. You don't want to have your body be working. This is restful now. So you can bring your chest onto a couple pillows, onto a stack of blankets. Somewhere you can start to relax in. Feel your ankle right beneath your knee. Extended out to the side. Forehead can come to stacked fists. Can come to rest on a block or a pillow. Let yourself rest here. Got about 3 minutes on this side. like we found at the start of class. As you rest in these passive restorative poses, your internal eyes continue to scan and notice these spaces in your body that need extra love. Send your breath there. Nourishing on an inhale, releasing little bit by bit as you exhale. Your next exhale, slowly start to crawl your extended leg back towards the midline. Now know if you need any sort of movement in between, take it. Adjust your props if you need. Your next exhale, we'll find frog pose on the opposite side from which you found. Again, like I've mentioned already, this side might be different, so adjust your props accordingly. Get your hips, find some surface to rest on. Whether that's a blanket, multiple blankets, pillows, a block. And rest here. A few minutes on this side. ounce of breath here. Your next exhale slowly starts to crawl that extended leg back to the center of your body. With little effort as possible, press up to a tabletop, maybe a seat. Any movements you need to take them. We'll transition into our next posture, moving in to Supta Baddha Konasana, supported next. So I personally like blankets for these ones, or for this pose, but blocks, pillows, whatever you got around you to support works just fine. So bring the soles of your feet to touch, bringing a little bit your heels a little bit closer to your body for more support, or walk them away from your body for a little bit deeper of a stretch. Now hands start to crawl back. Find your spine to rest on the floor. Take those props and adjust them. We're going to be here about 4 to 5 minutes. So be somewhere that you can be comfortable for a decent amount of time. Not only supporting ourselves with these props, but if you'd like, you can use a blanket or sleeve of a sweatshirt to cover your eyes. And settle in, acknowledging spaces of your body that are once again grounded in contact with the earth, supporting you, holding you in. I'll call you out as it's time to move out of this posture. Without any judgments, start to become an observer. Anything going on in your internal space. Noticing if you holding on to any tension emotionally, physically, mentally. Just simply notice. A minute or two longer here. Copy's your next breath. Moving as slow as you need. Use your hands. Close your knees like a book. Hug them in towards your chest, giving yourself a gentle squeeze, maybe some rock and rolls right and left. Easy transition to our next posture. Next exhale, both knees start to drop towards the left for a supported supine twist. So be somewhere you can be for about 3 minutes within this posture. Utilize pillows or blankets. There's lots of ways to approach this. So notice that both shoulder blades, your shoulders remain glued down to your mat. Now from there, find a posture that works with your legs accordingly. And this should be passive. Your muscles aren't working here. You're here to rest, be supported by the props in these poses. Settle in. A few minutes here. About a minute longer. Next inhale, breath. Slowly bring your knees back to the center of your body. Take a gentle squeeze, a little wiggle. And your next exhale breath, double-legged supine twist to the right. Knees drop to the right. Now, again, the shoulder blades are ironed down to your mat. Your gaze can be straight up or you can send it towards your left fingertips. Find that correct placement of any props that you'd like to use on this side. Maybe feeling symmetrical, maybe not, so account for that. And call you forward as it's time to move on. Again, notice if you're holding on to tension physically anywhere within your body. Relax, start to let it go. start to pull knees back to the center of your chest. You need a few moments to wiggle, to rock right and left. Otherwise, this next minute, our final minute, before we head into final Shavasana, is yogi's choice. So take what you need. I'll find a happy babies personally, but any poses that feel appropriate to you, explore here. We're about halfway in our time. You needed to switch out, find your balance. Find your next exhale, hug your knees into your chest, give yourself a tight squeeze. We'll start settling into our final resting pose. Now you have two options today. You can find traditional Shavasana, arms and legs long on the ground, melting into the floor. Or I invite you to make your way over to a wall or even a sturdy chair. I'm going to use a sturdy chair because I got that handy. We'll find legs up the wall variation. So wherever you choose to be, for legs up the wall, work yourself one hip, it doesn't matter which, close to the wall or the chair, finding a snug, cuddly fit here. Now start to lay to your back and roll legs up that surface. Now, again, find your comfort. If you like props, if you need something to cover your eyes. Now another great option with this chair, you can turn it around, bend your knees, have a little less intense legs up the wall variation by resting legs on the seat. Otherwise, arms fall comfortably, heavily wherever they feel. Take up your space. Feel yourself ground down. Take a mental scan of your body, noticing any ways in which you feel different than when you stepped onto your mat an hour ago. Yogis, this is your time to rest here. I'll call you forward in a few moments. please know you can stay right where you are, resting with your eyes closed in your variation of Shavasana for any amount longer. I highly encourage it and invite you to do so if you have the time and space today. So tune me out, turn off your phone real quick. Otherwise, start to lead you out of the practice. Here, start to walk your legs up the wall variation. Walk legs down. And your next exhale will roll you right or left. Supported fetal position. Now, take a moment to rest. To feel energy come back to your body, to your senses. And feel yourself supported and held, grounded by Mother Earth below, always there to take care of you. And with eyes closed for the transition, next exhale, press up to Sukhasana, easy seated position. Any comfortable seat on top of your mat is just fine, and hands make their way to your heart center. Friends, thank you so much for getting to your mats today with me. Appreciate you. Bring thumbs up to your third eye center. The love and the light within my heart sees to, honors and bows to the love and the light within each of yours. Thank you so much. Namaste. And thank you for coming. This class will be live, or be up for you to take whenever you'd like. Thank you. I will see you next Wednesday.